Now, as soon as he comes to a halt, they can pass past the barriers. They've got to wait for the light to come on the car, which tells them that the car is in neutral. Here we go. Team members both heading round to the same side. Carlos climbs out. Carlos was saying that he was worried about the changeovers because he's a bit older. There was absolutely no problem there. He was out the car before Leia had even made it around to the other side.
He is fit as a fiddle, plays tennis with his son on a regular basis, Carlos Sainz Jr. The two of them travel the world with Formula One, and now it's Sainz Sr. who is the man in competition. This switch just taking a little bit longer. There is a minimum time on the switch. They must take 45 seconds anyway. They can go over that, but obviously that's a delay to the lap time. So we'll look down at the clock, and when she's ready, Leia will press the green button and off she goes to take her first turn in qualifying and see what she can do around this 8.8 kilometre track. A little bit of a wait, I think. This is taking a long time for the switch, but there she is, finally get go. And it's a long stretch now. Goes past those two boards, that demarks when she can go full power, and then she's out to gate one, and it's a long stretch, Sam, down to gate one in the race tomorrow. This point will be a real moment of opportunity for the drivers.
Real moment of opportunity, and visibility wise it's going to be so key to be out in front. I've got to say, look at the amount of sand and dust and muck that's being thrown out the back of the Odyssey XC car.
Yep, a lot of that coming out, and it's a little bit like driving in rain, I would imagine, Sam, with a rooster tail. If you're on the motorway and you're going fast, sticking to the speed limit, obviously, but that's kicking up at the back of the car.
Really reminds me of driving a single-seater at Spa in the rain. You know, going up towards Lecom, you can't see anything if you're in second place or further back. So right now we're seeing a 10-second deficit from Sainz's car to Loeb's car.
I think most of that would have been in that switch zone. It looked like a very slow switch for some reason.
مساكم الله بالخير جميع. طبعا تعرفين وقت الويكند دوامات، هذه الاشكاليه دوام وقت الويكند ضايع. طبعا نتكلم عن السيارات، نزلت مقاطع حق السيارات الكهربائيه اللي في رالي العلا. طبعا السيارات الكهربائيه زي ما انتم شايفين كأنها لعبه ريموت، اصواتها ما شاء الله ما يحتاج. صراحه جميله والغريب اللعبة ما هي معروفة يعني، حتى بدون ملاح. الملاح التوجيهي يكون عن طريق الكنترول، يكون متواجد نفس نظام الحلبات والفورمولا 1، يكون نفس النظام حقه، يكون بدون ملاح. هو ميزة موفرين عليك الملاح لا ياكل ولا يشرب. طبعا هي عندها مشكلة السيارات الكهربائية هذه، فيها مشكلة بسيطة لحد الآن يمكن ما لقوا الحل، بطاريتها ما تكمل أكثر من 25 كيلو. طبعا على حسب السرعة اللي قاعد يمشونها يعني كويسة يعني بالنسبة للراليات أو بالنسبة للسيارة. يمكن أكيد لو على شوارع عادية يمكن تمشي 100 أو 50 كيلو مثلا. كبداية أنا أشوف أنها جميلة وسيارات سريعة جدا، والسيارات بصراحة سريعة ويتوقعون برضو أنها تكون أنها أسرع من السيارات البنزين. هذه ميزتها يعني هذه بداية مشروع أنه يكون ناجح السيارات الكهربائية من منطقة الرالي. طبعا الراليات تعتبر هي تجربة سيارات المصانع. أي واحد عنده مشروع مصنع جديد، سيارة جديدة ينزل لها في الراليات، إذا نجحت خلاص. الجمهور طبعا الأوروبي ناظر للراليات منظور ثاني، ترى أكثر جمهور أكثر شيء. إذا فازت في أي سيارة في السنة هذه مثلا في البطولة ترتفع أسهمها وترتفع أسعارها ومبيعاتها تعلى. عندنا هنا لسه احنا في الدول الشرق الأوسط وفي الدول العربية بشكل عام يعني. طبعا الرالي هذا باقي بكرة وآخر يوم لهم بالسيارات الكهربائية. لحد الآن صراحة شيء جميل، وأفضل سواق أنا شفته هو كارلوس صراحة. أبدع كارلوس فيها. طبعا صار في حوادث كثيرة. انقلاب المقطع اللي نزلته أنا يمكن اليوم الصباح، الانقلاب هذه البنت الألمانية ترى عمرها 18 سنة، هي سايق حقت تحمل دائما السباقات. طبعا في الرالي هذا عموما ترى يتغير السواقين، ترى نزلت المقطع بدايته لو تلاحظون ان السواق تبدل، نفس نظام الحلبات حق 24 ساعة يعني. فيها فكرتها جميلة، يمكن تكون على من الراليات الجاية نستغني عن الملاح يعني، داري عن بالحالك اذا نجحت في النظام الكهرباء. بصراحة نشوف انه جميل، بس مسافة طبعا المسافة كانت قصيرة الرالي، أي مسافاتها زي عندنا 1500 كيلو 2000 كيلو، والدكار 9000. هذه لا مسارات صغيرة وواضحة طريقة يعني. وإن شاء الله بنزلكم مقاطع بكرة، جهز مقاطع لكم الأفضل مقاطع له، تابعونا موفقين خير.
biggest haul of points as we go down the hill on board with Sands. What a fantastic ride out.
Gutierrez doing Sands doing a nice job there on the brake and the throttle. You could hear her modulating the brake and the throttle, bit of left foot on the brake to make the car rotate across the top of the crest and get it turned in. This is a low camera that we've got. I think it's on the front of the car, which gives you a bit of, nose camera, so it gives you a bit of an idea. It's slightly lower than what the drivers see, so their visibility is a little bit better than that, but not a lot.
No, I think she's had quite a cautious first sector, but she's got into her rhythm actually in this middle part of the lap. She's lost a lot less time now as she's approaching right at the end of the lap. I think they've got P2 sewn up here.
It does look like it, plus 28 seconds as she comes down through the last gate. They're going to try and stop the clocks ahead of Andretti. They're not going to be able to get Loeb and Gutierrez over the finish line now. Leia Sands comes and takes the finish for Acciona, and they go P2, plus 28.16. That is an 11.16. It's going to be close, all to play for. Oh, sideways in a roll! Massive off! That's huge! Claudia Hurtgen has had a huge crash! A huge crash for Claudia Hurtgen. The front suspension is broken just as we were saying it was all to play for. It's gone wrong. Red flag immediately. Team on the radio to check that Claudia is okay. That is, of course, the most important thing. We'll bring you news on that as soon as we have it. But red flag, red flag. Let's take another look at the incident then for Claudia Hurtgen coming down the hill. This is the narrow sandy section. All good here. No, it's not. And she just gets too sideways on the... But look at the way it digs in. And Sam, that's the rutted section, Jenny, that we've been talking about getting more and more rutted because there's no choice online.
Do you know what? I think that started further back.
On the right, boom. How fantastic to have all these onboards.
I've just caught up with Jamie Chadwick of Veloce Racing.
But I think we're expecting, personally, I'm kind of expecting the experience of off-road to be the most important thing.
I think that's the fascinating journey, isn't it, with this? We don't know quite how it's going to work out. We don't know who's going to be the fastest, and we're excited to see.
And also, the time trial, Jenny, is a completely different discipline from the race sides. There are going to be people like Gutierrez, Carlos Sainz, tons of experience off-road, but not so much experience wheel to wheel. You know, that's the point at which maybe the likes of Jenson Button and Chadwick, okay, they maybe lack off-road experience, but they're going to have the experience of wheel-to-wheel racing. So, you know, they may have a slight advantage there. Or you could say, no, do you know what? It's going to be the rallycross guys who've got experience of both. So it's a fascinating journey, which you guys are all on with us. Hope you're loving it. 9:22 is the time at the moment. Waiting to see where Gutierrez is. Our drone is up.
You can hear her.
Yeah,
she's still running.
Going.
There we go.
There we are.
Back on board with her. And I have to say, the visibility